Super Cruise will let Cadillac CT6 drivers pilot their new car's hands-off so long as conditions are right and the system can find the middle of the car's lane, on about 160,000 miles of limited-access highway in the US and Canada, mapped by GM and its high-definition mapping partner, George Digital. The system consists of front cameras, a map database and back, and a high-precision GPS developed with GM partner Trimble, which can pinpoint the car's location to within 2 meters. Conventional GPSs are no more accurate than 4 meters, GM says. The driver is always in control, Chief Engineer Barry Walkup says, which is unlike Volvo, whose Drive Me test program lets XC90 drivers read, eat breakfast or even nap. Volvo remains the only automaker to claim responsibility for any of its vehicles involved in an accident while operated by its autonomous systems, but the Drive Me test program is being conducted with 100 Volvo XC90s on just 50 kilometers, 31 miles, of limited-access highway in Gothenburg, Sweden, which, I am told, doesn't get much snow. Super Cruise is easy to operate, if you're familiar with ICC and lane keep assist, or any of the number of variants of such technology from the past half-decade. Enter a freeway, center in your lane and wait for the Super Cruise steering wheel icon to appear on the dash. When the icon appears, press the system's button on the steering wheel. The dash icon, which frankly, takes your eyes off the road to find it, goes green. You won't miss the green LED along the top of the steering wheel rim, which also confirms Super Cruise mode. You may take your hands off the wheel for as long as the system is green, and at speeds up to 85 miles per hour. You can drive like this for miles, even, potentially across states for as long as there's gas in the tank. But if you want to pass or change lanes for any reason, you must grab the steering wheel. If you touch the brakes, you'll disengage the system, just like any standard cruise control, but if you give it more throttle to pass, just like any cruise control, Super Cruise will resume its original settings, once you've centered in the lane again. Super Cruise can slow the Cadillac down in tight freeway curves, such as those found in the American and Canadian Rockies. The steering wheel LED goes from green to flashing blue while you're changing lanes or speeding up by overriding the ICC. Manual lane changing and speeding up back up Cadillac's position that the human driver always is in control of the Cadillac. This is hands-free, but the driver is supervising the vehicle, says Pan Fletcher, GM's executive chief engineer for autonomous and electrified vehicles. Red lights drive that point home. Super Cruise incorporates a GM proprietary driver attention system that makes sure your eyes are on the road, even though your hands don't need to be on the wheel. Take your eyes away for a long time, say to talk to the person in one of the passenger seats, or to jab at the touchscreen buttons on the Q infotainment program, and eventually the steering wheel LED and the dash display steering wheel icon go red. How long does this take? Depends on the car's speed, but if you don't move your eyes back to the road, you get an audio warning and a haptic warning in the seat. Still not moved? The system eventually slows the car, then to a full stop in its lane, locking out Super Cruise for the key cycle. You must